So Nancy Pelosi got asked about why she's not helping people during a pandemic. She's not giving people health care, and she's not giving people relief. She's did at least 3 or 4 stimulus bills now. Not one of them helped you. One of them gave you $1,200, and that was it, while she gave $5 trillion to her own husband and the richest oligarchs in the country. You didn't get helped, but her rich friends did. She's screwing you on purpose. And right now, she's not going to give you a stimulus for political reasons. And Wolf Blitzer held her feet to the fire. Here it is.
And as you know, there are Americans who are being evicted from their homes. They can't pay the rent. Many Americans are waiting in food lines for the first time in their lives. Can you look them in the eye, Madam Speaker, and explain why you don't want to accept the president's latest stimulus offer?
Well, because, thank you very much, Wolf, and I hope you'll ask the same question of the Republicans about why they don't really want to meet the needs of the American people. But let me say to those people, because all of my colleagues, we represent these people. I have for over 30 years represented my constituents. I know what their needs are. I listen to them, and their needs are not addressed in the president's proposal. So when you say to me, why don't you accept theirs? Why don't they accept ours? Our legislation is there to do 3 things primarily: to honor our workers, honor our heroes, our healthcare workers, our police and fire first responders, our teachers, our transportation, sanitation, food workers, the people who make our lives work. We couldn't be doing what we're doing without them. Many of them have risked their lives so that to save lives, and now they will lose their jobs because Mitch McConnell says let the states go bankrupt.
Excuse me for interrupting,
let the states go bankrupt.
Madam Speaker, but they really need the money right now, and even members of your own.
I understand that, but
even members of your own caucus. Even members of your own caucus, Madam Speaker, want to accept this deal. $1.8 trillion. Congressman Ro Khanna, for example. But let me just quote Ro Khanna, a man you know well. I assume you admire him. He's a Democrat. And he just said this. He said, people in need can't wait until February. $1.8 trillion is significant and more than twice the Obama stimulus. Make a deal. Put the ball in McConnell court. So what do you say to Ro Khanna?
What I say to you is, I don't know why you're always an apologist. And
So Wolf Blitzer says, hey, people are losing their homes. I don't know why you're such an apologist. Hey, Ro Khanna is pointing out that people need a stimulus check right now. Why are you such an apologist? No, that's Ro Khanna. And you see how Wolf deftly phrased it? Who I'm sure you admire. Now she can't say, no, I don't. So he got her. And what does she have to come back with? I can't believe now she's pretending that the news guy is the problem here. Watch this. This is awesome. You know, when Wolf Blitzer is the voice of reason. Wow.
That's precisely why, Madam
Speaker. They're concerned.
That's why it's so important right now. Yesterday I spoke to Andrew Yang, who says the same thing. It's not everything you want,
but you know
but there's a lot there.
Honest to God, you really, I can't get over it, because Andrew Yang, he's lovely. Ro Khanna, he's lovely. They are not negotiating this situation.
You're lovely is the ruling class speak for they can go fuck themselves. Ro Khanna, he can go fuck himself. That's what she means when she says he's lovely. That's what she means by that. Okay, just so you know.
They have no idea of the particulars. They have no idea of what the language is here. I didn't come over here to have, so you're the apologist for the Obama, excuse me, God forbid.
Madam Speaker, I'm not an apologist. I'm asking you serious questions because so many people are in desperate need right now. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
When was the last time?
Let me respond to you.
Let me ask you, when was the last time, Madam Speaker, when was the last time you spoke with the president about this?
I don't speak to the president. Speak to his representative.
Why not call him and say, Mr. President, let's work out a deal. It's not going to be everything you want, not going to be everything I want, but there are so many Americans right now who are in desperate need. Let's make a deal.
What makes me amused, if it weren't so sad, is how you all think that you know more about the suffering of the American people than those of us who are elected by
than those of us who eat ice cream in front of our $12,000 refrigerators on television. You think you know more about the suffering of the people than a 100 millionaire who hasn't done anything to help people? Well, I know. This is when you don't have an answer. She's getting dismantled by Wolf Blitzer.
To represent them at that table. It is unfortunate that we do not have shared values with this White House and that they have in their bill, why don't you talk about in their bill, a tax break for the wealthiest families in the country while they cut out the earned income tax credit for the poorest families in our country and the poorest children in our country.
Has she told him good morning yet? Because that's what she usually does when she gets into a pickle like that. They were talking over each other so much you'd think it was a presidential debate. Am I right? She goes on. There's more.
Tax credit in their proposal either. But let's not go into that.
Yeah,
you evidently do not respect the chairman of the committees who wrote these bills.
I respect
and
all of you.
I wish you would respect the knowledge that goes into getting meeting the needs of the American people. But again, you've been on a jag defending the administration all this time with no knowledge of the difference between our two bills. And I thank you for giving me the opportunity to say that to you in person.
Right. Madam Speaker, these are incredibly difficult times right now, and we'll leave it on that note. Thank you so much for joining us.
We'll leave it on the vote that you are not right on this, Wolf, and I hate to say that to you.
Again, the problem is Wolf Blitzer. Wolf Blitzer, who just dismantled you, and she knows she just got dismantled because she doesn't have an answer for Wolf Blitzer, a CNN host. She got her ears boxed in by a CNN host, and he's not even trying. It gets worse. Watch this.
But I feel confident about it, and I feel confident about my colleagues, and I feel confidence in my chairs.
And it's not about me. It's about millions of Americans who can't put food on the table, who can't pay the rent,
and we
having
represent
trouble,
them. And we represent them.
Getting by.
It sounds like she's saying we resent them. That's what I'm hearing. And we resent them. And you do. She does resent the people she's supposed to be helping.
These long food lines that we're seeing.
Them.
I know
we
you
know
are.
Them.
I'm just saying.
We represent them and we know them.
As we say.
We know them. We represent them.
Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good, as they say.
It is nowhere near perfect.
Madam Speaker.
Always the case, but we're not even close to the good.
All right, let's see what happens, because every day is critically, critically important. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for your sensitivity to our constituents' needs.
I am sensitive to them because I see them on the street begging for food, begging for money. Madam Speaker, thank you so much.
Have you fed them? We feed them.
So now, who sounds like Trump talking to a journalist? Nancy Pelosi. As soon as she got asked a question, she turns into Donald Trump. Do you understand these people are Donald Trump? Keith Olbermann is Donald Trump. Nancy Pelosi is Donald Trump. Adam Schiff is Donald Trump. People who are triggered by Donald Trump have Donald Trump in their shadow. That's who these people are. She's exactly Donald Trump. She's a corrupt oligarch who's in bed with warmongers. She's a war criminal herself, and she wants to deny you help. She's certainly helping with denying you health care in the richest country in the world. They're all Donald Trump. They're all Donald Trump. And of course she wants Julian Assange prosecuted. They're all Donald Trump. And if you think voting for Joe Biden or Nancy Pelosi does you any bit of good, who's being naive, Kay? Right now, couldn't be a bigger crisis in America. And what is Nancy Pelosi doing? Nothing. Hey, where are the richest voters districts in the United States? I'm going to guess her district.
Silicon Valley?
Number 7, District 12 of California. Average per capita income, $52,031. Representative, Democratic Representative Nancy Pelosi. It's the 7th richest district in the country. California's 12th district includes the city of San Francisco. Pelosi ranks as the 8th wealthiest member of Congress with an average net worth of $100 million. Naive and self-destructive, big Democratic donors back Nancy Pelosi and warn that funding will be cut in half if she's pushed out. Anyone who's praising Nancy Pelosi after the shameful interview with Wolf Blitzer is as out of touch as she is. The people need relief right now, and she is playing politics instead of making a deal. That is exactly right. Pelosi is a bigger obstacle to progress than just about anybody else, like easily worse than Trump. Easily. Because people think that she's actually better than Trump, and she's not. So she gets away with being worse. Just like Barack Obama got away with being worse than George Bush. George Bush started 2 wars. Barack Obama took us from 2 to 7. Barack Obama dropped more bombs than George Bush. Did you know that? So many, they ran out of bombs one year. Didn't know that, did you? Did you know Barack Obama put kids in cages before Donald Trump? He gassed immigrants at the border. Did you know that? Okay, so there is, and you know that blue check Hollywood's going to go batshit over that. They're going to, yes, Queen. Wolf Blitzer's now the problem. Wolf Blitzer, who asked a fucking question, is now the problem. Is he a sexist too, Nancy? Hey, maybe ask your daughter. I bet Wolf Blitzer's a sexist because he asked you a question. Everything isn't sexism. In fact, almost nothing Nancy Pelosi has said is sexism actually is. Certainly her daughter doesn't know what sexism is and is worse than a sexist. Christine Pelosi is worse than a sexist because she will use a false allegation of sexism to cover for criminal corrupt behavior, which makes Christine Pelosi worse than a sexist. That's how I feel about journalism. Like when they write a smear piece about me in CNN or the Washington Post or somebody with an MSNBC contract, you don't get to judge me. I judge you. I'm here to judge you, you fucking piece of shit. I don't take your judgment. I judge you. Journalism is bankrupt. Not YouTube fucking comedians. Journalism is bankrupt. Politicians are bankrupt. Not YouTube comedians. You don't get to judge me. I judge you. Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.